Welcome to my first live chat. As you can tell, I like the Andrews Sisters. I think I was born in the wrong decade, but it's great to listen to.
It's some good stuff.
Hey there.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. How are you?
Oh, not too bad. Just finished my day of work at 10:30. Came back to see George had already folded up the tent and gone home.
That's an early day for him.
It is. Very unusual. Good time to fire up the stream.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, this is my first time doing it.
Woohoo!
Yeah, so I'm just testing the waters here to see what the live streams are like, and it's not too bad so far.
Mayor Videos is here. Hey, Mayor. He's
Yeah.
a great chatter. Another good Canadian.
Hey, it's good to see him on. So what's happening?
I'm just turning out some of the work lights and turning on some of the fun ones.
Oh, cool. My daughter's in. Yahoo! All the way from BC.
I'm in BC.
Yeah, she's up in Trail.
Oh. Ask her if she's familiar with the Roslyn Trail Motor Hotel.
Probably not. She's just moved there.
Oh.
It's only been a couple months now. Yeah. Oh, you rock. Yeah, we're lucky on the West Coast here. It's not quite as late.
She says she is. Does that mean she's familiar with the place, or?
No, that she rocks.
Oh, that she rocks.
Yeah, I'm trying to stimulate her interest in coin collecting, but she's leaning towards Beanie Babies. Is it Beanie Babies? I thought that collecting was kind of. Oh, you know a lot about the Roslyn. The only Roslyn I know is in Edmonton.
Well, the Roslyn Trail Motor Hotel off the highway there was owned by my family for probably 30, 40 years. Used to go there every summer and pump gas. It was a Texaco gas station. It's still there, and it's still somebody's motor hotel, not ours anymore. But we people living in Roslyn and Trail. One of my cousin is an electrician in Roslyn, I believe, Roslyn Trail.
So you still have family sitting up there?
Oh, yeah, sure do.
Good.
My last name is too much of a giveaway to mention it. It's not actually Lowe. But it does start with an L. My cousin Ken L is an electrician. Susie L is a older housekeeper.
Oh, yeah.
I think Auntie Susie's still alive. Been a long time.
What are you asking, Megan? That does he know any hills by going into the mountains?
No, nobody, no, none of the hills. I don't know the hills. If you know my last name, I can give it away by saying these people are high techies. If you know some high techies, then you might know these people. Some people are low techies, some people are high techies. These people aren't low techies, they're high techies. You know what I mean?
Ugh.
That would give it away. If she knows the people I'm thinking of, that would completely give it away.
Are you good at puzzles, Megan?
Jim is a high techie. Cool. Actually, these people might be low techies. Know any low techies? I think they would be classified as low techies.
I'm just a little beyond rotary dial telephone, so I guess I'm low tech.
I would have to say so. Okay, so what do we got going on here? I got no camera, and why is that?
Yeah, I see that. A little kitty
Well,
cat there.
just got off work, so I hadn't had a chance to do too much. There she goes.
There you are.
There I are.
Well, you've been playing around with your system quite a bit lately.
Hmm?
I say you've been playing around with your system quite a bit.
Yeah, quite enjoyable too. Boy, I did one thing recently. Check this out. Here, I'll show you this. This is this is cool, in my opinion. Okay, we'll fade back here.
Whoa.
That doesn't show it off. Hang on.
Are you trying to show the lights or the fact that it looks like you're on the bridge of the Enterprise?
Enterprise. Yeah, that does it. There's my wall of monitors.
Holy mackerel.
You know, they're all monitors I had around the house, and I just brought them all together to the one desk and set them up.
Well, I have one laptop that's not DOS based. God, I'm dating myself there. It's it's cloned, not Mac. And I also have another real cheap model laptop. I forget what you call them. And a whole whack of phones.
Are you using a laptop or a phone, or what are you using
I'm
now?
using a desktop on here, but
Okay.
I mean, I'm experimenting. Like I got that sort of equipment I haven't even got started with yet.
That's nice.
Right, so it's not bad.
Well, does that camera have an HDMI output?
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Okay, so you need to get an HDMI input on your computer, and that's going to be around $30 at the minimum. You can go out and get the Chinese one for $30, and you'll find tons of videos on YouTube all about the little thingy.
Right.
But you need what's called a cam link.
A cam link.
Cam link, LINK. A cam link.
I will check
Actually,
into that.
USB to HDMI, and that will let you plug that camera in and use it as a webcam.
Cool. Yeah, I've got that one. I've got two iPhones. One of them's a little older model, and the other one's an 11. That I actually do a lot more of my videos on my iPhone than on the computer.
Well, there's no two ways about it. I certainly do the job of being a webcam for you with lots of different pieces of software that are out there. I'm all Android, so I have lots of Android phones.
Mm-hmm.
Way too many.
I was actually kind of surprised when I bought my coin microscope. It came from China. It was one of these $35 specials, and it's just it's one of these deals. It's not very fancy or anything. And it came with instructions on how to download OBX, and in order to use it, and it works great. absolutely works great. But I didn't even know that I could use OBX for doing any work on YouTube.
I found this one camera software called IRIUN camera. And if you have that one, at least for Android, I can't say it works for iPhones, but you can hook up to 4 cameras. So as I'm sitting here, I'm just setting up camera after camera. So here's camera angle 2.
Yeah.
So I've got 2 hooked up so far. Now all I got to do is switch between them. I just whip out another phone. Which one am I going to use this time? This one. So watch this. I got another phone.
Right.
Right up. All I got to do is hit the IRIN camera web software. And there it is. And now that's camera number 2. I can just put it. Let's see here. Now let's put this one around the other way. So we will put upside down. I think I might be upside down. Yeah, I'm upside down. I'm going to switch the camera from back to front. Camera to front. Auto focus. Put that one in a little holder. Oh, it went away. I'll come right back. There we go. So now I've set up 3 phones. So you got camera 1, camera 2, camera 3. And there's room for one more.
His handle is Dimebag Darren. Megan.
Hi, Megan. There we go. I'm hiding behind my microphone. How's a fish?
I won't tell you what that looks like.
Up a different angle. Let's go for the straight on here. All right. Time to hit the button, as they say. I don't know why they say it, but I understand they do.
I think I was telling you that I traded off all my gold backs there recently, and guys sending me 7 American Silver Eagles for the trade. I'm going to use them to pick up some of the equipment that I need. I was looking at getting a ring light and a few other things.
So, what equipment are you looking at? I'm actually an equipment expert. Like, you can pick my brain if you want to. I will give you all the good info.
Share away. Because all I've seen is what my granddaughter was using. I want one of those.
Well, one thing is I wouldn't use anything more than a USB microphone. Investing in more is just kind of a waste of time, in my opinion. I would get a microphone that had both USB and XLR, so in the future you could go more professional if you wanted to, but the USB microphones sound fine. Person doesn't really need anything more, honestly.
USB and XLR?
Yeah, the XLR is the professional connection that goes on, the 3-pin round connector.
Right.
That overkill. The XLR microphones that plug straight into your computer, they've come so far. They're really good. There's no reason not to trust one of those.
I would like to be able to switch back and forth between my phone and my camera eventually, and the computer.
Well, if your one camera comes in on a cam link on HDMI, that would come up as one cam. If you used an old phone on one of these softwares, that would come up as a different cam. You would have two at that point.
Right.
I just have that many old phones around. And a tablet. I got another tablet that will also do it. I tried it as well to get all four running, and you can do it. Megan says, "Lol." Lots of love.
She's finding this rather amusing because she's used to things like FaceTime and whatnot. So to do it on YouTube is a little different.
Dad, what are you doing on YouTube?
Worse yet, what are you doing on TikTok?
Oh, that is worse. I'm just going to avoid that entirely. Just not going to be a thing.
Yeah, I used it for my trip to Europe, and out all these great short videos on walking along the edge of the English Channel and checking out what's left of the Fortress Europe. It's kind of cool.
I'll bet.
Yeah, I have a secondary channel as well that I'm working on. That's After Service Adventures Canada.
Oh yes.
And that one there is for veterans who are trying to relive their glory days. I'm hoping to make that rather entertaining as we try to hone ourselves into some sort of shape so that we can do some of the things that we used to do as youngsters.
Too many wires.
Yeah, I finally, my big investment this week was to get myself a Bristol board background so I could put all my stickers on. My computer is now starting to fill up with all these stickers that keep getting sent now.
Yeah, for me, that's right there. There we go.
Did you figure out what was causing all the lag the other day?
No, but I made it go away.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my little sticker board area. When it gets crazy, I'll do something. I need more stickers. I don't have any stickers to trade, so, that's how that goes. A lot of people want to trade stickers. I don't got no stickers to trade.
Oh, I picked up some simple ones. They weren't very much, but chap down in Jacksonville, Florida, his name is Jason. The unfortunate fella ended up having a stroke here about 2 or 3 months ago, and he's just a young fella. I think he's just in his mid-30s. And fortunately, he at least he's got all his wits, but he's lost the use of one of his hands and his leg, and he's working his way back to doing things. A really nice guy, and we've been conversing back and forth, and actually doing a lot of coin grab bags. And this son of a gun used to be a scout. Well, he still is a scout leader, but he's being used for his coin collecting knowledge now. And he's got some incredible videos he put up without using his voice. He's teaching about U.S. Decimal currency. he's been quite good at sharing his expertise.
Well, that's what you got to do. Pass on what you know. I come to this having no knowledge. I'm just gathering it as I go. I inherited everything basically that I've got. I've made no significant additions to this collection whatsoever. I'm just trying to understand it.
It's quite a well. You know what? I was in a ham radio, and then I was into I was a system operator. I ran a BBS for a number of years.
That's hilarious.
And when the internet came along, I was lost.
We're so similar in a way because get this, I was a ham radio user. And I say that because I wasn't an operator. I was a CB radio nut with ham radio equipment. But I had a great big Kenwood single sideband ham rig, and I just abandoned AM altogether. I did all my chat on sideband with other people, and so I didn't care that I didn't have an AM radio anymore. But yeah, I had a nice big Kenwood. It was really nice. I had to tune the plate and all that when I went to different frequencies.
Right.
I learned how to use it. But what I did was I just kept the wattage down. If I needed to be heard, I would turn it up during the times when I needed to be heard, and if not, I would keep it down. Nobody was any the wiser, especially on sideband. And then then what was the next thing that you did? Oh, ran a bulletin board. My first computer was an Osborne personal computer with a 300 baud modem, and on it I ran a bulletin board called the Peephole. And people would have to log in and leave their message and then get the hell off so that somebody else could get in. There was only the one line, but it was all powered by a 300 baud modem. Mm-hmm. And that was my little computer back in the day.
You're bringing me back.
Before Microsoft, my drives, I had two drives, they were 360K each. 360K each. That's crazy, eh?
Yeah.
5-quarter floppy, 360K. Nope.
Yeah, my final one that I was using, I was running a 386SX, and I think I'd moved up to a 1500 baud modem on that one, but it was the Enterprise BBS, and I had a second one. It was employment BBS for people over 40 looking for work.
Did you ever play Planetarian?
Successful. I was running Wildcat, though, to do the bulletin boards, which was a lot of fun.
Yes, yes, love.
Yeah. Ham radio days, I actually belonged to CFARS, the Canadian Forces Amateur Radio System. And
nice.
I was a VE2 BTX, portable for you, the voice of Israeli-occupied Syria.
Wow.
Their handles were VEV9 and VXV9. That was fun. I used to do a lot of DXing. Oh, man. CQDX, this is VE2 BTX, portable for you, the voice of Israeli-occupied Syria. CQ. And I was getting QSL cards from Soviet Union all over the freaking place. And that was kind of like the stickers. You ended up with all these QSL cards, eh?
But that's what these stickers are now, though. These stickers are the modern-day QSL card.
Yeah.
And I was CQDX, West Coast of Canada, Unit 523, calling Skip and standing by.
Yeah.
Used to shoot. My best skip ever shot was from Vancouver to Queensland, Australia.
That's really good.
That was on 4 watts on AM.
Oh my lord!
No, it wasn't. It was on sideband. What am I thinking? Of course, it was on sideband. We used to go up to the mountain. My little town was called Burnaby. And you go up to Burnaby Mountain where you can get some elevation and you boom out on top of everybody in the lower mainland, but you also shoot some wicked skip.
Yeah, I was relying. There's an antenna farm outside of where the heck was it now? There's a cadet camp up there. I'm trying to remember the name of it now. In BC. Armstrong. It was up near Armstrong, BC. and we used to do phone patches for the troops. So save the money. They didn't have the luxury we have now. We could talk face to face anywhere in the world. You basically got into the ham radio, and then you phoned the guy at the antenna farm, and then he would do a phone patch to wherever in Canada. So you only paid the long distance bill from his place to wherever he's calling.
I remember people used to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Too many, though. That was a ham radio thing, definitely not a CBer thing.
Definitely. Yep.
I had a D104, so if I pull up the phone to it, you'd hear it.
Yeah.
Well, I went into radio after that, took broadcasting at BCIT, worked at a couple of radio stations, but never really caught on. It just eluded me, you know. Probably my own fault. What are you going to do?
Well, you never know what direction life's going to take you, you know. I mean, you do have a good speaking voice, so it really adds to the experience when people come online here.
Well, I think it's helping me in a few ways, even in my daily job. What I'm able to do daily has me talking to all the customers, and you know, they appreciate hearing me and being, you know, clear and concise and fun. You know, I tried to throw a little laugh in there. They're all calling me about broken stuff, so yeah. When stuff is broken. Where the hell are the stragglers? Why don't we have a couple more people in here? What the hell?
I'm just wondering. They just never showed up. At least I know it's working.
Oh, and definitely working.
Which is good. So I'm just trying. I've been mulling over the format because there's so many of these giveaway channels and whatnot, and I'm no longer in the stage where I'm doing coin roll hunting. I mean, other than I'm at the stage where I'm looking for the key dates. I'm looking for the, you know, the fish scales and the stuff that I have to save up for a month and a half or 2 months to afford, you know, or longer. But
I was thinking about doing some coin roll hunting just because you can give the coins back that you don't want to keep. I mean, almost nothing lost in doing it. You know what I mean? Aside from the time.
Yeah. I had fun with it at first. I mean, I the one time I went into the TD Bank here in Edmonton, and I said, "Look, I'm looking for coins," and she brought out a bag, $50.
You know the building on the corner of Jasper and I don't know what cross street, First Edmonton Place. It's got
I know where that is. Yep.
It's got the big open courtyard and the treasury branch in it. Now that and it's got a glasses shop. If you walk in the main door, there's a glasses shop on the right and the treasury generally to the left. I was right above the treasury. My office was Telelink Paging Services, and it was the office above the bank. I had the window that faced Jasper, and I had a flashing neon sign in the window that said "Paging, Paging, Paging." Obviously, just as cell phones were arriving, but they were too expensive to take over yet.
Oh, yeah. Hi, official Gold Digger. Welcome aboard.
Hey, Digger. Thanks for coming down. Now, here's Digger. Digger's got, he's been stocked up, if I'm not mistaken. He's the person who contracted George to go through a pile of Canadian toonies and find some good stuff. Is that not you, Gold Digger? Am I wrong? I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. But maybe not.
I tell my wife I'm never wrong, but I'm technically incorrect a lot.
I don't even mess around. I just say sorry and try to get on with my life.
Tactical retrograde. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry, honey. Bye.
How many years have you been married?
Coming up to 37.
Yeah, I see. We're in our 30s too, so we know how to do it right.
Yeah, I got to start putting out some more. I did all those Christmas videos. They actually turned out pretty good.
Oh, not Gold Digger. Somebody else. I don't know who it is then, but I just did another card unpacking video earlier tonight. I haven't published it yet, but my brother-in-law is hard to get these hockey cards, so I figured, well, it's content.
Yeah.
You know, other people are making hockey card content. Why would I let this slip by?
I was thinking of doing more of an educational series on Canadian coinage. And
you ever seen Bruce? Numismatics with Bruce?
Oh yeah,
He's very
absolutely.
educational in his style.
Yeah. Now, the other thing that I'm very big on is the exonumia. That's doing displays. That it's not for everybody, but it's if you're into doing up displays either at your home or wherever, it's a lot of fun, and it's one of those things where you can actually sit down and admire your display, and it's not just coins; it's things that are related to the coins you're putting in them. And I really enjoy doing that.
I didn't have a name for it. When I got my collection, I put up 3 shelves and opened them all up. I laid them all out. I've opened up a bunch of silver coins to the air. I don't care. And the bottom line is, I looked up quite a few of these. Anything that's clad isn't particularly valuable. Everything that's silver that I've got is sometimes worth more than silver melt, but not that often. Mm-hmm. And I said, you know what? This is not an investment. It's not a money-making thing. These are beautiful things to be looked at, and I'm putting them all out. And I had so many people, you can't put out your coin collection? Oh, somebody will want to steal the coins. I'm like, you know that there's so little actual value here when you really break it down. Yeah, there's a couple of particular coins, and yeah, I got some Morgans. You're going to get $30 out of those, maybe more, maybe less. But if it's been in a box for 50 years, my father had it in a box. I got the box. Fuck it, I'm opening the box, and we're going to show people this stuff. I got mint sets. I got proof sets. I got specimens. I got books that are filled of Canada coins all the way back to the 30s. I got rolls of unopened pennies and nickels. I got it's just so much stuff. And the thing is, again, what's it going to do? It's not valuable, not super valuable. So find a way to enjoy it. Find a way to enjoy it.
And you're absolutely right. I mean, if you want to stack, you stack. And yeah, I could see that being vaulted or whatever. But if you're, and I'm talking, bars or rounds. But if you really enjoy the hobby of coin collecting, you should be able to display them. It's just you have to take certain steps to ensure that your house is a little more secure, or you have the insurance. Like I picked up extra insurance to cover my collection. Unfortunately, in Canada, they topped out at what was it, $10,000 as far as they'll go. But it's still something.
I just picked up some home insurance earlier, like yesterday. I didn't actually do anything special about the coins. I never really had renter's insurance for contents up until now. It's not something I worried about, but we did actually get it yesterday. It was really inexpensive when I added it to my car insurance. My car insurance went down, and the additional home insurance was like minimal. Mm-hmm. So I have some insurance.
I went through CAA, and they basically had me. I had to take photographs of everything, all my collections, and I had to bring up detailed Excel spreadsheets to show exactly what it was that I was trying to cover. So whatever I had at that time. But
that makes sense. They don't want to get rooked, so they gotta,
There.
You can't have the Hope Diamond.
Yeah, I mean, you can see behind me. I got some of the displays that are. I enjoy them. I can sit back and look at them, and I change them around. I add some extra pieces when I want to. I got cases all over the bloody place. I got a couple in behind me there too.
Yeah, I've seen you go to them in the past.
Yeah, they're fun. I really enjoy it, and it also adds like I wanted because I got mostly military stuff in there. I wanted model armored personnel carriers and jeeps and stuff. And so the Royal Canadian Legion has a program. It's called Operation Vet Build. Talk about a sweet deal. If you're a veteran, they will buy you a model and they'll sit you down in a room for a couple hours with an instructor. They provide all the tools and you'll start your model and then you take it home and finish it there. And you can go back every time that you want to do another one. You go back, they provide the model.
Nice.
Well, what a sweet deal. You know?
Up until the beginning of COVID, well, just slightly before actually getting technical, but I was providing karaoke every week at the Legion. That was one of the things I did every week.
I've tried the karaoke thing too. I watch the people cry. Sad, very sad.
Well, I'm pretty good at it. I was known to be one of the better operators anyway around. Unfortunately, there's always politics when you're at places, and the Legion's not above that. Unfortunately,
my daughter says they really did. I watched everybody. Yeah, but it was fun.
This one gal, she was the daytime manager of the Legion, and during the night, she would once in a while she would hang out there and have a drink, but she was quite a drinker, and so she didn't get herself her what do you call it? What people think of you, so that didn't get too sullied around there. She'd have to do her drinking somewhere else. So she went to this other bar where this other girl was running karaoke, and I guess they became fast friends, all getting pissed up together. And next thing you know, I was out of a job, and she got my job at the Legion, even though the people were there going, we don't even know what's going on. And I said, well, I mean, it's a Legion. You guys have some say. And they say, no, but we give, like, she's the person who runs the bar. She's hired to do that, right? If she sees that there's a profit to be made or money to be saved, we don't get in her way. And so she was able to install her friend in my place after I built that room right up from scratch, you know? So that was real nice. But I worked on a couple of Legions where I got screwed. I worked at one where I was doing the night for $75 and got them started because they had nobody coming. And so, like I say, I did it for next. Like I normally get paid like around $200 a night to go out and do this. But I got them all set up, and in the end, once again, somebody knew somebody, and next thing you know, oh, this guy's going to start doing it in place of you. Thank you for your service.
Oh, that's not fair.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So I'm a little bit sullied on that. Not the veterans, of course, but that organization is not top-notch in my opinion.
Well, they're going to have a little bit of trouble trying to kickstart now.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah. So you're in the Vancouver area now?
Yeah, I'm in Abbotsford.
Abbotsford.
The city, they call it the biggest little city in the country or something like that. Hey, Katu is in the house.
Hey! Awesome. Yeah, you can always tell the coin collecting community. We tend to stay up a little later than most people, I think.
Well, we're West Coast too, and I ended work 1 hour ago now. 1 hour and just short of 4 minutes. So I started work at 1:30 in the afternoon and worked through to 10:30.
Right.
Pardon me. I should find my mute button, damn it. Let me get my mute button out.
I worked the hardest I ever had in the 6 months today. My wife finally got me taking all the Christmas stuff down. Like Griswold. Oh my Lord, there's so much stuff.
What I want to use my cordless mouse here. So many computers, so little time.
So what are you up to, K2?
It's 11:26 where they are. I don't know if that's AM or PM though. Are you in Japan? Japan?
Isn't that Titus that's in Japan? K
Yeah,
Titus?
Titus is. K Titus is in Japan, the land of the rising sun.
Got a guy with a handle Bog Brush. He's living in Cardiff, Wales. I did a grab bag swap with the guy, and we sent our parcels out the same time. He got his within 2 weeks. It took me just about 7 weeks for mine to show up. It sat in Richmond, BC for a month.
Wow. Oregon. Hey, welcome. What was that plan again?
Oregon's a nice state.
So, what are you playing in the background there?
Oh, I'm a real big one on big band music.
Oh yeah, it sounded good.
You know, Tommy Dorsey, Frank Sinatra, you know, and the Andrews Sisters, Duke Ellington, all kinds of different ones.
Stream man.
Have you ever chatted? This one's on YouTube.
Oh, Kitty's gonna go to sleep. They're tired.
Gonna go to sleep. I'm tired. Okay. Well, you have yourself a good sleep down there.
I don't know what I like better. Right. Oh, lolly lollipop.
Yeah, we're getting into some modern stuff now here. Where are we at? Not that modern. What is that, really late 50s, early 60s? Yeah.
What about the Coca-Cola song? I like that one. Rum and Coca-Cola?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's not. Did I show you that little thing I was doing for my son?
Nope. Using them as fast as we're getting.
My oldest boy is a firefighter, a volunteer, captain in Whitecourt.
Oh, yes.
And I'm doing up a shadow box for him. I'll give it to him for his birthday. And I'm going to include in the shadow box this picture of 9/11. The firefighters running to the towers. But in the shadow box with it, it's recovered silver from the World Trade Center Ground Zero.
Wow. So that was like in a shop that was down there that got crushed or something? Or?
Yeah. So I'm going to put that along with a nice little plaque saying that, you're our family hero because you run towards danger instead of running away from it. Something along that line. So that's a good example of how you can take coins and link them to an object that's significant.
What am I doing here? Now that's pretty cool. I like that.
What's that?
Well, I revel in all my crap here, right? All the monitors and thingies. I'll show you what I mean. Love it so much. Here's how I'll set it up it when I'm streaming, right? So now there's, now let me get this here. So, not covering it. So the one in the middle at the bottom are my controls. The one at the top in at the middle, that's the
Yeah,
live stream, you and me.
yeah,
Then on the one side, I have the full size chat, so I can keep an eye on that. And on the other side, I'm actually watching YouTube, keeping an eye on our actual stream going out, so that I can confirm that we're definitely on the air and things look good and everybody's being heard. This is my plan for when I'm involved in multiple people in a stream, that kind of thing.
that's
What I
amazing.
is I want to be involved in a stream as a second person, like as a host or a producer,
Like,
and I as a secondary host and producer. And how that works in StreamYards, when you log on to StreamYards after a few days, well, no, you haven't done much of it yet, but you'll see when you first log on, it gives you that number in your email that you have to go and fetch.
right.
You know what I'm talking about? Okay. Well, if you were to give me your email address and that number, I could log on as well and have the same host controls as you. So you got to do it with somebody that you trust, obviously.
Of course.
And that changes regularly. So that's not a permanent thing either. So that's not to be worried about if you ever have to get rid of somebody that you don't want as a host helper anymore. But that person can switch the scenes, monitor the chat for you, and even have even type to, like, say you got a guest coming up, you got them in the back room. That producer would be chatting with that person in the side chat, the one that people can't see. So you'd be saying, okay, are you ready? Let's, like preparing your guests kind of thing. So as it gets more sophisticated, having the producer behind the scenes comes in handy. That's kind of what I'd like to do.
That's awesome.
I want to do it with, honestly, somebody like you, somebody like George, somebody like Nick, another Canadian guy. That's what I would like to do.
Yeah.
And I found something else out pretty neat the other day. Now, you may or may not know this, but I work for Facebook Portal. Portal is that desktop device that lets people do video chatting. I can join the portal to the StreamYards, and what happens is it's got a microphone and a camera, but because it's secure, or StreamYard says it can't get access to the mic and camera, which is exactly what I expected. But what it will do then is it lets the portal join the show without a mic and camera. So
Mhm.
now it becomes something on my desk that is just a control panel, and it's a touch screen. So now I can just take, like, if I want to change the screen, I can literally put my finger on one screen and slide it with my finger over to the other side, and then the screens will swap places. So I can control the layout of the show by drag and drop on the portal. How much easier can it get? See, if I wanted us to change sides, you for me, me for you, I put my finger right on the one screen and just drag it to the other side, and the two would swap sides.
Oh, that's awesome.
Really neat, yeah.
Yeah. What do you
Anything that
mean
makes
by Great Gatsby there, Megan?
E. Gadsby.
Reminds me of Great Gatsby. That's Leonardo DiCaprio. I think I saw the movie. I can't remember what it was about. Couldn't have been that good.
Now's the time to serve and preserve BC brand Bartlett pears.
I use gummies.
I don't got any extraneous noise coming from here, do I?
It kind of sounds like waves.
Yeah, that's the street. I was wondering if you could hear that.
Oh, the 40s. I see what you mean. She's talking about the background.
So
It's okay. I've got it quiet now.
I've turned up the gate on my microphone, so when I'm not talking, it should basically go down to no noise at all.
Ah. Oh, neat. Yeah.
Everything I'm doing is free. The cam software, it's free. The mixing board that I'm using in front of me, it's free. Everything that I'm using here in terms of software is free. Now, the hardware I got lying around, that's different. I happen to have a studio microphone, so obviously I'm using it. And if you have a studio microphone, you have to have an interface. I have a couple of those, so one of them is here. Now I got to have speakers, so I've got my studio monitor speakers because those are the kinds of speakers I have, so they're here. And it comes down to that. And these screens, well, two of them are provided by work. Otherwise, I would only have two. But
Right.
thanks to the fact that work provides two and I have two, well, now I have four. Woo!
Awesome.
Well, I like it.
Well, I'm gonna dig out my old computer and see if I can do anything with that too. It's still in pretty good shape. Just it's a little laptop. I've gotten so used to using Macs. It's going to be odd to go back to using a regular computer again.
Is your desktop a Mac?
No. Oh yeah, the desktop's a Mac.
Oh, see, I can't make any suggestions. I know nothing about them
Yeah.
except that I know one guy who fixes them.
We kind of had a big Mac attack in the house. So I got two desktops, one upstairs for my wife, one for me. She has her own zone. That's why we're still married. Uh, and she's got a laptop, a Mac, iMac, whatever you call it, and I've got the Acer. That's what they call it. I got a little Acer upstairs in my room, and I've got that other computer I can bring out, and I can't remember what. I think it's a Hewlett Packard.
My wife needed a computer of her own, separate from all mine, so I set her up one in the kitchen. And the thing has a fan in it that makes it sound like it's a jet getting ready to take off. So she turned it on when she needed it, and otherwise we'd basically keep it off. And then one day she says to me, well, there's something I want to do, and I'm really tired of the sound of this computer. And I says, hon, I got you. So I grabbed that one and got it out of there and had one of my desktop units I bought a couple of years back. I was at the local computer store on not Black Friday, but on Boxing Day. Took my son down there to spend his Christmas money, and I seen that they were selling these things off.
Did you get a good deal on them? Sorry, I just lost your. I lost your sound.
Oh, hang on. Good old mute button. It was under $200. I think it was worth probably closer to three, maybe 250. It wasn't a really killer deal, but I kind of wanted a new computer at the time. Was kind of sick and tired of the one that I had, so I picked this thing up and I quite enjoyed it. It's like I say, quiet as a church mouse and reasonably powerful for what my wife would need to do or what I
Right.
needed to do at the time. And then my boys both upgraded their computers, and one of them upgraded his case. So here I got a case and I got all these parts coming my way. It just so happens that my boys both built the same damn computer. Same motherboard, same CPU, same amount of memory.
Mhm.
So I have like one in a box running. This is what I'm working with right now, and I have like the whole another computer sitting there, motherboard ready to ready to go. And then my wife's computer that I'd retired that was so loud, I realized, hey, it's got a decent video card in it, better than the one that I'm currently using. Because these motherboards, these high gaming ones, they don't even put graphics on the motherboard. You have to buy a video card because everybody who's going to be gaming is going to buy a video card, so they don't even include it. So, anyways, I plugged this thing in and I realized this is my dream come true. I've always wanted to run 3 or 4 monitors at a time, and I never had a video card or didn't realize that I had a video card that could do it. And so I ran 3 up until last night, and last night I brought out the 4th one and plugged it in and made it go. So I'm so pleased. I mean, this is all just stuff I already have. So, I'm making good use of stuff. I like that.
That is nice. Well, I hope
And I got
eventually
my
I'll be able to expand mine a little bit too. This is
Numismatics here, right on. It's you typing in there. Oh, you're freaking me out. Wait a second, that's you. Oh, okay. I was
you
excited
almost
there.
got excited. I mean, you're really someone else.
Let's both type in there, and it'll make like we're. Yeah. Well, okay. So my medication is working.
I haven't taken mine yet.
I'm self-administering as we speak.
Okay. So I'm, the bare bones with this StreamYard it's actually pretty basic. No, I lost you. You're on mute again.
All right. Yeah, if you download StreamYard's OBS, you'll see that it's a lot more flexible. You can grab the individual windows and drag them to size and blah, blah, blah. But you also have to ask, do you want that much trouble? Where StreamYard's really does streamline the whole thing and gives you layouts to work with. You can draw your own layouts in the other one, do all the things you might want to do, but do you want that? Like, you could play a bass, but do you want frets on your bass or do you want a fretless? Fretless lets you do all kinds of things, but the fretted bass makes it easier, and this is kind of what we're going for here. And I think my problem with it was I couldn't get multiple cameras in it, and now I can. So I'm quite happy with it.
Yeah, I saw how long it took you. You played with that for a while.
Yeah, and I had bad audio a little while. Actually, I had to swap around the USB plugs on the computer till I found a good combination, because in any computer, there are only so many USB controllers. And you find if you're having problems like shitty sound, I had cracking and popping, I boiled that down to getting off of a controller that was being heavily used by other items as well, and onto a different USB controller in my machine that wasn't so badly taxed. Almost every machine will have more than one USB controller in it. Quite often they'll have a USB 2 controller and a USB 3 controller. So, these are all things to learn about your machine. This machine I've got here, even the one I'm using right now, it is not modern at all, but it's more than good enough for me.
I'll take baby steps myself. I just wish, even though it's great having experience like you have online, it would really be nice if I had someone that could sit down with me and help put things together, and I'm sure you it'd be handy on your side too. But everybody's so spread out.
Oh, what? I'm getting a call now. Look at that. Hang on a moment.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to.
There we go. Hey, don't tease me. What are you going to do? You're going to. Said you were going to do something. What's that? I'm going to change the lighting. I'm going to go from blue to green. There we go. Actually, let's have a party. Da, 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 da. Might as well just let her rip. All the colors of the rainbow. One thing about this other software for the camera too is it's got one of these buttons that flips the picture, so you don't have to show off writing that's backwards, which is nice. Yeah, that's a real dumb thing. It's pretty sparse. I think one thing at the very beginning, it's nice because I don't think you have to give a crap about copyright strikes.
Well, that's good.
Well, the thing is, they'll give you not a strike, but what do they call it? You don't get strikes. That's the wrong terminology. People call it that, but that ain't what it is. They claim your video, so if it was going to make any money, then they would get it. But since you're not making any money, it doesn't make any damn difference.
Not at this stage of the game, that's for sure.
No, later on, yes, of course, but
Oh. Yeah. I don't know how you're feeling, but I'm counting the days I can get a haircut.
I never
Man.
get haircuts, just a clipper, and I got the clippers. My wife was a cutter, so
Oh, you're
I
lucky.
just sit there and have her run the number 2 over my head.
Number
I get it once every year or so. I've grown it out to I go from bald to hippie, and then I cut it. I'm one of those people who's grown his hair long to donate it to the thingy, but now I'm too gray. They won't take it anymore.
I've never in my whole life had long hair. In fact, this is the longest it's ever been. And when I grew my beard, that was the shaggiest I'd ever been. I'd never been that way in my life. So
look at that hair, long, yep. Beautiful hair.
Yeah, I'd go into my barber, who was an old-time barber who still did hot shaves, and I go in and say, "Hey, man, I want Princeton with white walls, tapered back." But he went because of what's happened with the pandemic. He went out of business. So I go into this new clip joint. It's all girls. And they said, "What do you want? Oh, number 1 or number 2?" I says, "I don't need to go to the bathroom." What? What is a 1 and 2? Excuse me.
Those are the places where they're supposed to press their boobies up against you when they cut your hair to make it worthwhile.
Oh, God. 45 years ago, maybe.
Here we go. Oh, shit. Pardon me. I just realized what you titled this.
What's this?
Well, you put the title on it. I'm the one who's drifting away from the copy. That's hilarious. The best thing in the world we are is Canadian numismatic discussion.
Well, we have discussed a little bit, didn't we?
And
doing, displays and stuff.
Right, that's right. And then all the other important things. Yeah. Yeah, I like that little portal. That really does a cool job. So even here now, oh, damn it. Very touchy, the little phones. Comes back. Whenever I got the cat, that means the phone died. So here's the portal, and I've got the show on the portal. I haven't even come back live yet. Here we go. Come on. Come back. There we are. So now it'll feed back. Look at that.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, the comes in handy with everything else. So you got everything else, and then below here, the
Yeah, you got
point.
a right proper studio. That's nice.
Yeah, considering it's half the living room. There we go. Now back to this. Swap it over so it's readable. Yeah, I tried my hand at doing some voiceover work, but my actual voiceover booth here in the house is too damn loud. It
Oh
just
yeah.
makes it impossible to do the job. I have to come up with a much quieter area before I can really branch out into that again. It was far too much work to deal with the sound. So I moved a lot of the stuff I had in my closet out to here, my microphone and whatnot. But I have to build myself a little soundproof coffin to get in.
Oh yeah.
So I'm kind of, well, I've done a lot of research on it. I kind of, in my head, know what I want to do. The wife doesn't understand. I try to explain it. She looks at me like I'm an idiot, but what are you going to do?
Kind of like when we talk coins. Mine goes cross-eyed.
I know that I want to build my own floor above the floor so that it's got its own floor, this booth of mine. And I'm going to make that afterwards because first thing I want to do is just make some panels and just stand them around me here where I am right now so that these panels will be the same panels that make up the walls of the booth. But I'll take two of them to begin with and put a hinge between them and use them a lot like you would use a partition. You know, back in the day, you
Oh,
had a little
to
part.
soften the sound.
Yeah, I would build them so that they did cut sound and so that they were walls for my soundproof room in the end. But I was thinking I would start with building a couple of panels and then just using them right where I am right now to wall off the area that I'm in and kind of cut down on the sound a little bit, leaving this corner. And then in the end, when I had enough of them, I would stack them up as walls and put them on the floor that I would build and, continue with that construction that way.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of piecemeal, you know? But you got to have a vision for this stuff, when something's going to be made in bits and pieces and it's going to be far away from, construction on day one. And even when you do have something to look back on and you say, look, I've done something, everybody else looks at it and goes, you done nothing. What's that? That's garbage. You haven't gotten anything done. And you're thinking, no, you don't understand. It's a very first step of a very long journey. You can't see the end, but I can already see the end. I can see the end from here. You cannot.
Well, your setup's pretty damn impressive, especially coming from my perspective. And this is all new for me.
This desk that I'm at, I walked into the music store and they had been using this desk to show off equipment and whatnot. It's a music production desk. It's got the rack mounts in it for different things. I even have things I put in the rack mounts that fit that I own that I'm not using at all because that's the only thing that fits there. So I figured I might as well stuff it with equipment. It's cool that way. So I says to the guy, oh, I see you cleared off the desk. You're not selling it, are you? Because I noticed where the desk had been, they had built in new shelving and everything. Like the desk obviously wasn't going back where it had been before. And the guy says, no, I'm selling it off. And I says, well, how much did you want for it? And when he told me what he wanted for it, I was like, I can't even leave here without buying that thing. I mean, seriously? I mean, it was like $150. It had a bunch of add-ons to it that you don't get with the desk that cost $50. And I have an account with these guys where I can. It's Long and McQuaid, right? So I I only have to put down 10% and it's mine. So I gave the guy 10%, and he says, "Well, you want to take it?" And I said, "No, I'm just going to keep paying for it. You guys just leave it right here. Put a sold sticker on it." So it took 2 months, maybe 2 months, and they were still using it around the store to display things. And
Mm-hmm.
then one day, I said, all right, I'm ready to grab it, and I already paid for it. And they were just storing it for me while I had no place for it. then my wife started to work from home and she needed a desk. And I said, I've got a desk. And I brought it home from the store and set it up for her. But she stopped working from home. So then I started working from home and I thought, well, I'm going to use the desk. I'm going to claim it back and put it to work. I've already added wood to it to make it bigger, to bring the monitors closer to me because I'm blind. They'd otherwise be quite a bit further away from me, and I need them closer. So I put some wood on it and some screws, and I drilled some holes, and because I don't care. If you're not going to drill the holes you need in life, then what are you doing?
Yeah, my setup here is basically two very small glass top tables. I guess you'd call this a student's desk, and a bar fridge, which is very important for me. So I got my refreshments or whatever, and got my laser printer and my bloody sitting on top of my file cabinet. That's it, and it's kind of it's so messy. It's just so out of sorts over here. You know, I guess it's looking the same way my mind's working right now. It's just all over the place. But I would really like to have it so it's nicely organized and be able to look out similar to yours. But probably not quite as technical. But I certainly would like to have something that's a little bit nicer to work with, especially when I really do want to get these two channels off the ground. The one with my Canadian coins and the other one with the veterans. No, lost your sound again.
What are you using for a microphone now?
It's just off the computer.
Doesn't sound horrible.
No.
I mean, there's a little bit of an acoustic thing going on, but that's nothing. That's not the computer's fault. That's just you're in a normal room basically.
Yeah.
That sounds fine. So the camera is just the laptop as well, or what is your camera?
Oh, my camera's over here. You talk about this?
No, not the coin cam. What I'm looking at you on.
Oh no, it's built right into the computer. It's a little green light at the top. That's it.
No, but I'm confused now, which is okay. I don't mind. I quite enjoy it most of the time. But you're using a laptop right now or a desktop?
Oh, it's a desktop with a built-in camera in it.
It's an Apple.
It's an Apple. Exactly. It's an Apple.
I'm going to stop trying to understand it now.
Yeah. There's no separate little camera sitting on top of it. It's built right in.
I get it. Silliness.
I know. I felt the same way when I used to build. Heck, I took computer maintenance technologies back in the day, but that was back when it was still DOS. So getting into it now, I'm just like, forget it. So
Max, you don't have to do it at that lower level anymore. These days, I used to refer to the people who just used the computer programs. They were users. They weren't programmers. We used to have to program things. Now you can just be a user. There's plenty of good software out there. You don't have to write it. You don't have to rewrite it. You just have to use it.
Yeah.
Find it. Use it.
Didn't you like? I had to learn how to use Turbo Pascal and all that stuff. How to use all kinds of different programming languages, Unix and working through DOS and in the background and building HTML pages in the background. You didn't have all the fancy schmancy stuff with all the GUI interface.
Well, it's easier to do now, the basic things, but now they expect that much more.
Mm-hmm. I know. Anyway, my friend, I think I'm going to call her quits for tonight. It was nice to try it out, and definitely want to do this again. I got my little list from you, so I'm going to go and check and see what I can afford after my silver gets in here, and go on a spending spree and pick up a few bits and pieces of equipment. And I'm also going to pull up my old computers that I'm not using and see if I can put them together.
Do Do you have a tripod for the camera, a little one that'll sit kind of behind you, like
Oh
not
yeah.
behind you, but
I've got the tripod for my Nikon, and I got one for I got a gimbal dealy here.
oh, gimbal. Those are cool. Those are
Okay, so I'm
cool.
gonna put that up. So I got a couple
Okay,
pieces that are pretty good.
try to like this one that's right here. It's like right below the actual screen. So if I'm looking straight at the screen, I'm looking more or less straight into this camera, which makes you look better. You're not doing, I've been doing all night long looking off at other things, where your actual camera is here. So if you can put the camera either right above or, right in line with the monitor you're going to look at the most, you end
Right.
up making a better presentation, I think.
Hmm.
The thing is, you got to decide what you want to hide. If you want to hide this part here, or you want to have up the nose shot, like this is a little bit low, you get unflattering angles a person needs to work on. But other than that,
I'll work on it. In the meantime, you have yourself a great night, guys.
nice chatting with you.
All right.
Anytime, please.
Anytime.
Anytime, I'll make sure I got the bell rung, and we'll know when it's time. Other than that, Happy New Year, right?
It better be. We deserve it. Ciao.